lovelies. Today I just want to do a simple video all about how I just style my hair, because I get that question probably every day, and I made a tutorial once on TikTok, but that was a long time ago and some things have even changed from how I've been doing my hair. The first thing is that I used to always use this bigger curling iron, but now I find that my hair's grown a bit longer and it weighs down the curl from that iron too fast. So I'm using this really small one now, but either one would work for you depending on if you want a looser wave or a tighter wave. So if you have either one of these sizes or any size barrel curling iron, that should work for you. I'm gonna start out with some heat protectant. It says heat protectant on it, so I use it when I remember to. And then I kind of just wait for that to dry on my hair, because you don't want to go in with the heat when there's still dampness. I have blow dried my hair for this video. You can tell that it's quite straight, but still the front wants to wave a lot because the pieces are shorter. If you remember my first hair tutorial on TikTok, you'll remember that I used to use tape to sculpt the waves by my face, but now that my grown out bangs have gotten even longer, it's been about 3 months since then, I've just started to use the curling iron on them too, but I always clip these front pieces back in little semicircles so that it can start that wave out from the top of my head. And I think that this is all dry enough now to just remove the clips. So I'll take these out. You can see that leaves me with this. I've recently grown out my bangs, but I still like to have like this forehead coverage and wave framing my face. This looks so funny. Everybody who wants to see me with my hair undone, it looks like this. I'm gonna use this hair clip to be sectioning up all the layers of my hair as we curl them. So I've clipped up the top parts that would get in the way to focus on these really straight ends. I'm gonna brush them. Now my curling iron is ready. So I think I'm gonna take sections about this big. So now using my curling iron, I'm gonna just scoop up the hair at the very ends and curl it upwards like that, and then let it go. So you see I've just made one little wave. And now you're probably thinking that this takes me way too long. It takes me about half an hour to do my whole head, but I only wash my hair once a week, so it stays for the whole week, and I really don't think that it takes too long. So I'm just making waves with this little curling iron, one going outwards, curling under, and then curling upwards. So now let's do this second section. I'm gonna do the same thing, curl downwards and release, and then upwards and release. All I'm doing is just twisting my wrist with the curling iron, so to go from here, here, and then downwards. Once again, just holding for 3 to 5 seconds each time. Forming individual little waves. And on the right, do the same thing, curling the hair up and down, and all around my head. I can't tell if I'm doing soft-spoken or if I'm just talking in my normal voice. It's going in and out because I never film just with my regular voice. But this video definitely has some of it. I get a lot of people telling me to just get like a beach waver or whatever that is. But honestly, I've used one of those before and they don't put that same depth into the wave. They give you more of like a kink than a wave. And if I was wanting a kink, I would just braid my hair and take it up. So I'm very happy with this method because it gives you that deeper wave. I'm pulling the hair around the curling iron to just help it shape the wave. Pulling, release, and I try to go up as high as possible because that makes it last longer. And this is what all of my hair will look like once I get through all the sections. So let me do some more and I'll come back when it's almost done. Okay, now I have to deal with these front pieces. They're all that's left. And I have to do this a little bit more carefully than the rest of my hair. I'm just gonna take little sections and just literally mold the hair in this sort of finger wave style. With the curling iron, it really does help, I'd say, to have the small curling iron for this part. And then I'll just carefully curl the end there. It takes a lot of practice to get this just the way I like it. I start from the top at the front just to make sure that these waves are accounted for, because when you start from the bottom, it can kind of erase what you've already done at the top. Ta-da! So I'm trying to get these two identical so that they'll like mesh together. But if I did them all at once, it probably wouldn't look as flat. It would look more like that instead of against my face. That's just what I've learned through a lot of trial and error. And try to do the same wave pattern all the way down, but this one is too long to curl the same way at the bottom, so I'll give it an extra little wave. It's really like sculpting. Now for my last layer at the front, This one is about collarbone length. I'm gonna start at the top again. Curling out and in and out, in and out. And then I'm gonna reinforce it because it's just a little bit too flat. I reinforce it just like pulling it against the curling iron, just like I did with the rest of my hair. And there you can see this side is pretty much done. I might not be completely satisfied. Can you tell I'm a perfectionist and a Virgo? Okay, I'll do the other side now. So I've been curling this one and I'm just like, sometimes I curl it up like this, but it's growing longer and it can match the other side if I want it to. I don't know what looks better. I've been doing like both of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Should I curl it up or out? I'm gonna curl it up. Just like that. And reinforce it there. So now this one is a little longer, so I'm gonna curl it all the way back. Like that. I really try to see this front section as kind of a puzzle I put together piece by piece, starting from the very front. So as I go back, I just try to make sure that the waves match, at least in the front, you know? Very much inspired by 1920s finger waves. I still remember the first time that I did finger waves in cosmetology class. It was in grade 10. And I loved them. I loved doing finger waves, like with gel and a comb. But I never want to put that much gel in my own hair, so I just do it with a curling iron. That was the last one. So I'm all done curling my hair, and now I just wait usually like 20 minutes before I comb it out or brush it out, because that really lets the curls solidify. It's my take on glamorous Hollywood style hair with the cascading waves and 1920s finger waves. I just really love cascading waves, and I like them better than just tightly curling your hair around a wand because they don't entangle in each other and take away from the volume that your hair can have. These really just sit nicely on top of each other and give you that volume, and I am all about volume. I've waited for all these waves to cool down, become room temperature again, and I'm gonna pick through them with this wide-toothed comb slash pick. I like to use this first because it just separates the waves nicely and doesn't like drag them down or pull them out too much. You can see already like the difference it makes anytime I post a video. I have freshly combed out all my hair because it just, the volume, like you can't make this look like this without combing it. Gonna do the front. there. And then just make sure it's all sitting nice. Get to the other side. Yes, see, this is like, I just feel the absolute best with my freshly done hair. It's just, it's so poofy. I love poofy hair. Can you tell I have a Leo rising? Can you tell? Okay, I'll turn around and show you the back of my hair. Ta-da! So that is how I do my hair. My official YouTube hair tutorial that people can click on now so they don't have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll on my TikTok. Let me know if you're gonna try it out or if it sounds like too much work or whatever. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching all my ASMR videos, and it's fun to just put out a video that isn't really ASMR too. So I hope that you learned something from this or were entertained in the slightest. I love you. Goodbye.